Want to make a Booba cake with me? Let's go. So first I'm going to start with my buttercream image transfer, and I just really love using this technique because it's a really cool way to put an image on a cake and not actually have to be sitting down really close to the cake while my hand is shaking literally on the cake. I can adjust as I need to, and it feels like I'm drawing on a piece of paper when I'm just using some buttercream on a piece of parchment paper. And as you can see, I'm doing bananas and cheese. Apparently Booba loves bananas and cheese, and this was a fun birthday cake for, I believe, a 2-year old's birthday, and she just loves Booba, and I was so happy to make this cake for her. So now that the bananas and the cheese are in the freezer and they're chilling, I can actually start stacking the cake. And this is just a chocolate cake with chocolate frosting on the inside, and it's a 10-inch 3-layer cake. And as you can see, I'm doing lots and lots of good chocolate buttercream frosting because I used a lot of great Mexican vanilla in there and Dutch processed cocoa powder, and I know all that flavor is just going to be amazing. And as you can see here, when I'm stacking it, I'm actually smoothing the sides with some of that chocolate frosting so that everything can be smooth and level when I go to put on the colors. So the colors for this cake are going to be teal and hot pink. And this teal looks more like a sky blue in the camera, but I promise you it's like a really pretty, almost Tiffany teal, and I love this color the way it turned out. And I use this by actually mixing a grass green buttercream that I already had in the freezer with sky blue food coloring and white frosting, and it just came out perfect. I was so happy. And now that I have it stacked and ready to go, as you can see, the smoothing process takes quite a while, even with a really great cake scraper. If you see bubbles in the buttercream, and what I did wrong, I think, was I didn't kind of hit the buttercream with a silicone spatula enough to get the bubbles out, so I had to kind of smooth it while it was on the cake. And this was 40 minutes of smoothing my cake, and that is brought down to about 2 minutes. And here I'm going to start the drip process. Now, instead of using melted chocolate for the drip, I'm actually using melted buttercream frosting. What ends up happening is I made a really pretty hot pink with my buttercream frosting, and then I melted it, and it made it this really vibrant, bright pink. And it worked really well in the drip process. It doesn't slide down the cake as easily as, say, chocolate does, but it works really great, and it's actually really, really malleable. So I was able to kind of smooth it out with my offset spatula and make it look just the way I wanted it to. And as you can see here, it's not even covering the entire top of the cake, but it's spreading so evenly and easily that it just worked out perfectly. And I honestly think that for drips on cakes, I can definitely do buttercream again in the future. And now I'm just going to do some of the designs on the very top. I'm going to do these little dollops on the top, these little swirls. And honestly, I wish I had used a bigger pipe tip to make these dollops even more dramatic, but it's totally fine. They came out super cute, and because it was for a little kid's birthday, I wanted to make it as fun and exciting as possible, so I used some hot pink sprinkles on top. Then I got a Booba printout, and I just put it on a bamboo skewer, and then I stuck them right in there along with a bunch of lollipops. And then at the very end, I put her name there, and I just kind of decorate it with all of these cute little sweets and just try to make it look as fun as possible. And now that everything's ready for my buttercream image transfer, I'm just going to pop those on. And I noticed that they were a little bit thick on the cake, so what I ended up doing was I used a piping tip with the teal that was already on the cake, and I just kind of surrounded and secured them with that, and it looks super cute and cartoony and adorable, and it was so, so, so much fun. I had a blast making this cake. What do you think? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a fabulous day. Bye-bye.